Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I wanted to talk about a movie that I just finished watching called Psycho Sisters. So this is a late 80s film that was recently put out on one of the Vinegar Syndrome partner labels. You may have heard of this company that did things, I think the company was called Wave, W-A-V-E, and this company who made these movies is called Saturn's Core. And from what I was reading, Wave, there's a documentary about them, I have yet to watch it. Wave used to take people's ideas, and those people would also finance these low-budget films, and Wave would make the movie for them. So you would write in or whatever, or meet them and say, I want to make a movie about zombies that live in the sewer and eat people's brains or whatever, and whatever the case may be. And you would finance the film, and then Wave would make the movie for you because I guess, you know, they had the ins and outs. But it was like very low budget, shot on video, not the greatest quality, but fun, cheesy nonetheless. I've seen Shatter Dead, and trying to think what else I've seen. Oh, did they do Limbo? They may have done Limbo with Tina Kraus. So anyway, that's sort of the gist of it. I don't remember if they did Limbo, but Psycho Sisters is a more recent release by Wave. Vinegar Syndrome put out under the Saturn's Core name, and I didn't love it. The premise is cool. It's about these three sisters that a home invasion happens from these young men. They rape one of the sisters and kill her. I think they go to rape the other sisters, but they get away. Those sisters eventually come back and see their sister raped and murdered on the floor, and now they flip out and they go to like the mental institution. They get out, they're supposedly cured, they're not, and now they're pretty much finding every man that they can, young guys, and murdering them. There isn't really any nudity. I remember a few shots of like them bending over when they're like choking the guys and you see their butts, or killing them and they're in their underwear, things like that. I don't remember any nudity, but I mean, maybe there was boobs, I don't really remember that. It's a little gory, a little graphic, nothing crazy. Everything is obviously very low budget. It's shot on video, so it has that heavy grain look to it. So if you don't like shot on video movies, you won't like this. And that's kind of the gist of the story. There's nothing else really for me to say. It's okay. I didn't really like it. I think it's a very, very small scoped film that could have been a 10-15 minute sort of short that they've stretched to over an hour, and that was difficult because it's very mundane. It's them finding someone, killing them, finding someone, killing them. As they kill them, they're complaining about this person smells like pee because they died, this person shit themselves because they died and their bowels released. It's just, there's not much charm to it. It's just very repetitive. The one sister seems more aggressive, while the other one seems to sort of be giving these young men the benefit of the doubt and say like, oh, but he seems like a nice guy, maybe we can go out with him, maybe he's really not that bad of a person. And the other one sort of pushes her and says, no, they're all bad, all men are bad. And sort of like a angry feminist or women scorned ego trip. They just go after all these random men, pizza delivery guys, hitchhikers, whoever, and they murder them. It's okay, like it's sort of a fun, cheesy movie, but they just needed to have more to it. There needed to be more substance. Maybe they should have broken out of the mold of killing the men, or maybe one of the men could have turned on them or something, and there would have been this big story of them kind of going back and forth. But instead it's just the repetition of them collecting these men and killing them. There is an ending and closure in some aspect to what they're doing, but again, they just stretch this movie really, really thin. I'm going to go back eventually, and maybe even today, and revisit Shatter Dead, because I remember that being pretty cool. Not great, but pretty cool, and people really love that movie from Saturn's Core. So maybe I'll review that, I don't know. But that's my 2 cents on Psycho Sisters. You know, the women were sort of like, I think the films were made in New Jersey, if I remember correctly, but the women, you know, had the kind of 80s, early 90s, big hair, dyed. So the aesthetic is cool. I like the time period and the aesthetic, and some of the like clothing and wardrobe and the house and the areas. Like, I like that low budget look, sort of like Scary Tales or what's that other Limbo again, but the movie was just okay. So let me know, guys, if you've seen Psycho Sisters. I've kind of heard mainly negative, some positive on this one from mutual friends on Facebook, but I want to know your thoughts if you've seen it, what you thought of Psycho Sisters from Vinegar Syndrome, Saturn's Core. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.